I'm looking at my rather large, about a foot across, children's globe, and it's got the Africa and Atlantic Ocean and edge of the Americas on the left-hand side at the minute, the way it's facing me. And it occurs to me it's like the centre of an atom. I'm looking at the nucleus, and the moon would be an electron somewhere out there, a 250,000 miles away, but to scale. Oh, I don't know, to scale. The Earth's only 8,000 miles in diameter, so the moon would be somewhere down the garden. Who knows if this garden is big enough for that? It might be further than that. Oh, yeah. How many 8s in... 250,000. Oh, well, something in the order of 2,500 feet away. 70 or 80 meters. Or 80 strides will get you way out of this garden. Yeah, be down there by the road towards Frankton. Astonishingly scale, isn't it? The atom's the same, I mean, as the moon and the Earth and the Earth and the Sun and so forth, I mean, tremendous distances compared to the mass of the bits that we're talking about, the nucleus and the electrons. No, the notion Gaia, is it? The Earth is a sort of being. It's ancient wisdom. It's very much Rudolf Steiner. The stars and planets, they've evolved through aeons of time to... I think I didn't master his lectures by any means. I mean, even remotely. But something of the effect I picked up that they are the prototype or the beginning of what ultimately becomes life, and at present, say, as we see it, our human life. You look at the stars of heaven, instead of as objects, but as persons. You say, well, that would be very strange, I'm not holding that. But then the creatures of the ground, the earth, you can look at them as just creatures, physical things, but you can think of them as persons, can't you? Living, moving, eating, certainly suffering from fear by their behaviour when attacked. And plants equally growing and changing and developing and dying again. And you think, yes, this is life of a sort. Perhaps the planet too, and every atom is life. Bring enough of it together in certain ways and you have what we can recognize as life. But separately, each having something that, if you like, contributes to life in it. But then, of course, you step back further and you say, no. It's a bit like the mystery of where the electron is around the atom at any one time. It's not actually anywhere. It's thought. It's what's being thought. And you say, well, by who? You mean by us, the observer? No, I don't think I do mean us. Well, only in the sense that us, in that we're part of the greater whole. But that all existence is in thought, and it does seem to us, doesn't it, that we can only experience existence, the physical world, in terms of thought. Turn the mind off and it's as if the world doesn't exist, or we've turned it around and say, oh, we don't exist, we're dead. But of course it's not so. In some sense, the world would still be there. That would mean someone else is thinking it then, and it can't be us. Well, unless it is us, but we're in a different form. And we didn't realize that when we were in the material. So we can think of all creation as God's thought, manifesting as physical reality, but actually his thought. And to say his thought might be valid if what we really are and what he really is in some sense something more ethereal than thought, which I call values or inclinations. And what I really want to go back to is being, undefined in a sense, because it defines everything else. Does it define itself? No, it just is. Well, it might define itself. I don't know, do I? I'm a child. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.
Because you could say that mass is, almost an illusion. It's simply a sphere of matter, of influence. A force or energy, if you like a force field. Even the nucleus of the atom, protons and neutrons, well, there may be quite a bit of space between them, and they may themselves be made largely, to our appearance, of space. That matter is, again, more ethereal than appearances, and again, they are concentrations of force fields, which in turn are, in some sense, concentrations of, well, I don't know what to call it, thought fields. And we're back to, well, who's the thinker? Perhaps not who is the thinker, but it is the thinker. And then we're back to all matter. Almost seems to have life. It's just very small quantities. Put it all together, and then vast matters like giant stars and so on. But it may be constituting a being that we have no understanding of. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Keeping to scale, if I now put the sun on the same model, the Earth sitting here, 8,000 miles in diameter, reduced to the size of this football globe I got here in it. The moon 70 or 80 strides away. Well, the sun is 10 kilometers away. Oh no, 10 miles away, roughly. Do you realise how much space there is in space? and how is it that gravitational forces act over such vast distances? I mean, light from the sun takes, was it 8.5 minutes to get here? Mind you, we're talking about a lot of mass. If we talk about the sun, I mean, it's a big body in terms of diameter. It's over 100 times the diameter of the Earth. Don't know how dense the sun is. Quite dense in the middle, I would imagine. So a lot of gravity. Especially as you get close to it. These forces are astonishing, aren't they? Whether it's magnetic or electromagnetic or whatever. Gravity. I mean, they're almost fantasy, aren't they? I mean, there's little or no mass there. I'm not clear. Is anyone? At that level, it depends what you mean by mass. It's the same with the analogy of life, isn't it? I mean, okay, I've got the body in front of me, but he's dead. Well, there's no life there. Well, the body was there 10 minutes ago and he was alive. How do you mean there's no life? It's just not moving. Yes, but he won't move again. And as far as we know, he's not conscious. Well, then, of course, the near-death people point out that, no, perhaps he is conscious, just not returning to the body. Wow. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.